You know, a lot of us worked most of our lives. We worked 30, 40, 50 years of our lives at a job. And we got used to doing that, the routine, going to work every day, coming home. And as a result, no matter what you did, a lot of times you kind of identified yourself with your job, what you were. When you ask somebody, hey, what do you do? You know, your job was what came to mind. You don't say, oh, I like to go bird watching. No, oh, I'm an architect, or yeah, I'm a carpenter. That's what you do. But when you retire, what you do is completely different because you're retired. So when someone asks you what do you do, it's a different answer now, or it can be. Some people, when they get that question, they don't know how to answer it because they identified themselves with their work. Well, I was an architect, but now I'm retired. Or, you know, instead of saying, well, I like to garden, or I like to do art, I'm an artist, and claiming that. That's what you can do when you retire. You can take on a new identity, basically. Identify yourself with something else besides work, besides a career. Identify yourself with what your passions are, and what you enjoy doing. I think that is the beauty of retirement, that you finally have the choice of what you declare yourself as. So the beauty of that is you're no longer labeled by what you do for somebody else, but what you do for yourself. You know, what your passions are, what you're good at, or what you enjoy doing anyway. And so this video is about what can you do when you retire and you're kind of lost. You're kind of don't know what to do with yourself now. And I want to tell you that I think there's, what can't you do, you know? I know that sounds, you know, like some type of book or something, but seriously, what can't you do? You know, hobbies, for instance. I like to garden. I've done a lot of content on this channel has been gardening because that's what I'm doing as of late. And it's new to me, so I have a passion for it and I'm enjoying it. But gardening, and with gardening, opens up a lot of actually subcategories. You know, there's growing, you can just grow one type of plant if you want, or grow just herbs, or you can go into the cooking or preserving of the vegetables, or what do you do to delve into maybe flowers, or ornamental gardening, and even turn that into bonsai or something. I mean, there's a world of things with just gardening. It's fairly new to me, so I've been diving into it wholeheartedly here the last few years, and I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying all of the benefits of it and the challenges of it, which can be challenging sometimes. But those aren't my only interest. I've had interest throughout my whole life, and some of them now you have more time to pursue if you want. You know, if you had any interest in your life prior. You know, I was into RC airplanes for a while. My dad got me into it. My dad and I used to fly gliders. We made gliders, balsa wood gliders, you know, the big ones. And you would buy a kit and do the whole thing, man. You know, it'd take all winter to get the glider done. And then in the spring, we'd take them out and fly them, RC gliders. And it was kind of a bonding thing for my dad and I. You know, we'd go out and take our gliders out, and he had a property that had some land, and we would take these, they call them high starts. They're just big rubber bands that you can stretch back for your plane to launch them into the air like a slingshot. And we would get those planes up so high that these were 8-foot wingspans, and we would have them up so that they just looked like, if you took your eye off of them, you'd lose them. They were up so high. And we'd have them up there for an hour, writing thermals with the hawks. We would kind of try to hang with the hawks and chase the hawks around. And that's just a memory that I had from childhood. I haven't done that in years, but I wouldn't mind picking that back up. It's just something that if you dive into that little rabbit hole, you can get into a whole RC clubs and people that are doing the same thing. And it's a big world. And, fly fishing. I like to fly fish. I fly fished. I was fishing a lot when I was younger, and I used to, all these things I used to do. I have so many hobbies. It was never a problem for me. But I used to tie my own flies, and that can be a lot of fun. I mean, you can get into a whole world of that, making your own lures and tying your own flies. And you could sell them. You can make that into a business if you'd like. Maybe rod building. Some people build rods. You can buy blanks and make your own rods, or buy, a vise and start tying your own flies. My son-in-law was even into lure making for a while. He would buy blanks, and you would paint your own lures. It's just a little hobbies that you have the time for now. I used to love to do model airplanes, not just the remote control ones, but just plastic models when I was a kid. And I bought one recently, a couple of planes, and I put them together. And it's just a lot of fun. It brings back memories. Maybe you're into target shooting, possibly, or trap shooting. And I used to, another connection, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to work at a trap range when I was like 17. And I worked in that little hut that all the clay birds shoot out of, And back then, I don't know if they do it anymore. I think they have automatic loaders now. But you had to load them manually. And so you had boys down in the pits down there loading the clay birds. And it was hot, in the summertime. It was just a cement bunker, basically. And you'd be down there loading these clay birds on there, and you'd have it stacked up so that you could keep up with it. And they'd have competition shoots, and you couldn't hear what's going on, but the shooter says pull, and the thing would shoot out. And then you'd be ready, and you'd have it in your hand, and as soon as it came back around and cocked, you would put that clay bird back on there. But sometimes the person pulling would accidentally hold their finger down too long on the button. If they did that, it would shoot, and then would come around and shoot again. And so many times my fingers just that, you'd grab another clay bird, you're ready, and that one would shoot, you get ready to put it back on and shoot again, and it would hit your fingers, and that clay bird would just hit the side of the inside of the bunker and just shatter inside. That memory just came to me when I was telling this story. I'd forgotten all about that. Anyway, hey, you could go trap shooting. Art, if you like doing painting, you can pick up painting. Even if you're not a good artist, you can pick up painting. Try it. Get a canvas, get some paints, and just start trying. Art is subjective. It's people always say, I can't draw a stick figure or whatever. I don't think that matters. People do art that they couldn't even draw a stick figure. And sometimes it sells, something to think about. Maybe you like woodworking. Maybe you like dealing with wood. Maybe you like tools, You can take up woodworking. You can start. A friend of mine, who's a taxidermist friend of mine, I did taxidermy for 30 years. He's making bowls. He took up wood wood turning. He bought a lathe, and he finds these unique pieces of wood, and he turns bowls out of them, and really neat pieces of art. A lot of us taxidermists are generally artists, and he makes some really cool stuff. I did a little bit of woodworking. I got into actually fish carving. I made fish out of basswood and stuff like that. But you could do wood carving. Maybe you're into cars, or maybe you're into vehicles, and you could do vehicle restoration or motorcycle restoration. Something that you love. If you've been maybe you were a mechanic your whole life, and now you can restore cars, and again, you could turn that into a business. All of these things I'm mentioning, you could turn into a business if you get good enough at them or keep pursuing them. Bird watching. I'm going to do a little bit of that. I do that every year. You can feed the birds and bird watch. Have birds right in your backyard and photograph them, and that could lead into bird photography or wildlife photography. And maybe you can take photos and frame them and enter them in your local art guild. Or we have an art guild here that I belong to, and I enter my oil paintings, but a lot of people like to do photographs, and they enter their photographs. Another hobby that, if you go down that rabbit hole, you can find a lot of information on, and probably spend a lot of money on cameras and lenses and all that kind of stuff. But it's another world, another venue to opportunity to meet other people and meet people that have like interest. Or maybe you're into astronomy. You take up buy a nice telescope and start stargazing, start trying to map out things, and I don't have much knowledge in that area, but a lot of people are really into that, and it might be something that you'd be interested in. Our galaxy is an amazing thing. Not just our galaxy, our universe. They're pretty cool. But see, now's the time. We have the time in our lives to explore these things. Now's the time that we can delve into all these wonderful things in our world, rather than watching TV all the time and looking at the news and the crap that's going on right now in this world. It's really can be very depressing, and not nervous. It makes you anxious. That's why I like to kind of stay into my own little world, and do my gardening and my bird watching, my photography, and that dwelling on that stuff doesn't help anyway. Maybe one last thing is what I'm doing now: content creating. I don't like that term, content creator. But making YouTube videos, it's free. It's something you can just turn on your phone, start recording yourself, and talk about your views. Or let's say you take up one of these hobbies, start recording it and sharing it, showing people. It's fun and it's free, and it's something that's challenging for me. This is the one area in gardening that I don't have a lot of experience in, and so that for me makes it even more fun because it's challenging. I'm not making any money at this YouTube thing, but that's okay. I'm enjoying doing it. I'm enjoying sharing the things that I do, and I enjoy trying to make it work. It's a challenge and it's fun. So I guess the takeaway from this video is this world has a lot to offer, a lot of things to do. There's no reason to be bored. There's no reason to go out and try to stay busy with a job just because. If you need the money, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it because you're bored, open your mind. Open your mind to finding something of interest, maybe something that you'd forgotten you had interest in when you were a kid. Try to rekindle that interest and make your retirement interesting. Make it fun. Make it to where you look forward to getting up the next day and doing that thing, whatever that thing is. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Dennis, and I hope you come back. Give me a like and thumbs up if you would. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye.